Okay, thank you, MS. So now for the next slide, we'll see the what's new for Google Workspace. So for Google's AI called Gemini. It's now built directly into almost all your workspace apps like Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Meet. And next is Video Power, the new tools that let AI summarize videos or even help you create short video clips. And next is Improve Drive, which better search, easier migration from other platforms like SharePoint, and new insight for videos in Drive. Next. So, what is Gemini? So, Gemini is Google's next generation AI assistant built into workspace tools, Docs, Gmail Drive, and its own app. Help you write, research, brainstorm, summarize, and plan faster and smarter. So basically, what can Gemini do is first create emails, blog posts, notes, parenting, checklists. Next is summarize article, research papers, and meeting notes. Next is research, deep dive into complex topic and get citation. Next, brainstorm, new ideas, plans, and guides. And finally, organize, checklists, tables, and timelines.
Wait, hold on. Let's look here. How many know what's Gemini? No, I know it's AI. But like you really understand where Gemini is coming from. Who owns Gemini? Okay, who owns Gemini? Good job. Okay. Okay. Anyone has ever tried Gemini? Okay. So it's still stupid. Okay, let's see why it is stupid for you and how you can make it work better for you. Can?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, so first thing first, the key areas to consider when writing effective prompt is first, we need to clarity, context, structure, constraint, and example. So first, you need to be specific about the task and expected format. Next, context, include background, audience, and tone. Next, structure, use bullet points, table, or numbered step if needed. Constraint, set word limits, style, or keywords to include or avoid. And lastly, example, provide sample inputs or outputs to guide the model. So this is the example of the effective prompt. So as you can see, clarity. Write a 100-word summary for a company website describing what the IT department does. Next is context, using a simple language in a professional tone for a general audience. Structure in 2 or 3 short paragraphs. Constraint, and avoid technical jargon, limit to 100 words. And finally, example, focus on support, security, and system management.
Okay, hold on before we move there. So now you know why you fail, right? Right? Not lecturing. We're very careful here because at the end of the day, if you don't get to use it properly, you will get frustrated. And then you think that it's not working for you. But it's not because it's not working for you. It's because the way it has been trained. If you are not specific, if you don't put clarity, structure, example, constraint, and all these fundamental features of prompting, then you're going to get frustrated. Correct? And then how many times do you do prompts to get the real results? More than 10.
I feel unsatisfied.
Visually lah. Oh, that one is a different AI, visually creation generator AI. That is a different one. Because in terms of visually, the prompt has to be really, really, you have to define everything from the background to the foreground to the 3D version and stuff like that, right? Okay, good. That one is okay one. That one you find yourself in the back, you're trying. 10 prompts is quite good, right? But usually the most, if you are looking at simple type prompts to refine and research and do like this, usually you will go about 4 to 5 times to get the accurate one. You have to interact with the AI. It is not just you put one prompt and then you expect it to, wow, give you what you need. No, it's like a baby, you know. You just don't give the food and then you expect the baby knows how to take the food, then put in the mouth, then like all that like that. It has been trained, it knows that this is food. But in terms of how you want it to eat the food, then you have to let it know, eat the veggie first. The veggie looks like green. You start with the veggie, put in your mouth, chew first, then before you swallow. So these are what we consider as prompt instructions that you give. Are we all good? Okay, so later on, you're gonna do a test. Okay? You're gonna come up with a prompt that follows this structure and then see what you get according to your own department. So those who are writers, write a proposal, right? Those who are project, write a project. Those who are campaign managers, then you do your campaign management and stuff like that. Okay? Okay, let's go. What's next?
So next, for Gemini, there's a 3 ways to get the output, which is first, normal, canvas, and deep research. For normal, you can use it for analyze data, content generation, and finding data. And for canvas, you can planning campaign, create and creative image. And finally, for deep research, for market trend, competitor analysis, and deep dive. Here's the prompt here. You guys can try it. Firstly, for the normal one.
So what Mr. Azri is saying, when you work with Gemini, it's a journey. It's not just what you will do the first time and stuff. It's different than ChatGPT. It depends what output you want. Okay. So the first output is like your normal ChatGPT. You want it just to do the same thing, generate me content. And then after that, analyze this content for me. And then after that, summarize this content into bullet format and stuff like that. So that's a general output and stuff like that you do. Okay. However, Gemini comes with what we call a canvas. So the canvas is basically, now you want to make it interesting. I want a more HTML type of content with all the graphics, image, and the representation of how I can put it out. So the output of the content changes. Correct? Now, for those who are doing research and in terms of the industry, what is happening and stuff, then the other part you can select is when you're using Gemini, is what you call deep research. So deep research is I'm looking for the 2025, the latest trends of how to market this and stuff like that. You use deep research. Deep research will give you all the things you need with all the sources of this information where you're getting it from. Then you're able to correlate where this information is coming from and ascertain whether it's true or not. Okay. So what he has done here, he has come up with what we call examples of how you use it. And then it is 3 sections, right? So prompt number 1, prompt number 2, prompt number 3, they are all meant to do the same thing. So for any type of AI prompting, you will always have these things: generate content, analyze the content, and refine the content in terms of what you do. So these are the capabilities of what you have in the AI community currently right now that your ChatGPT can do, Copilot can do, and Gemini in Google can do. Great. So we are going to use the same prompt to see if I don't use Canvas, how does it look like? And then the same prompt, if I use Canvas, how does it look like? And if I use deep research, what is the outcome? Okay. Are you ready? So these same prompts will be sent into the chat group. If you're joining online, then you can copy paste it and then try out for yourself. Okay.
So first, use the first prompt. Then we go to Gemini and paste prompt. Like thinking lah. So here is the output for general or just a normal output. Next.
Just wait. So you can see like the output here is very basic, very general. However, this output can also be exported to either Google Docs or whichever type of output documentation that you need it to be exported to. Okay? You can still export it, copy, and paste it into your Google Docs and finalize your document for what you want. Correct? So this is an example of generating content. You don't have to do much. You just ask the AI to generate. Okay? Then the second prompt is to analyze.
The next is analyze. Okay.
So in terms of prompting here, we're looking at, for example, I know most of you are using to generate content. When you use the Gemini or ChatGPT, you usually need to generate content, right? What other ways you use it? Write something, only writing something, right? Have any one of you tried, like, you take, like, let's say I take a report from the researcher's point of view, and then I throw it in and I ask him to analyze.
But
You use ChatGPT. We will define to you why the reason why we're introducing Gemini and why ChatGPT is not necessarily considered as, it's not that it's not good, but when we talk of in terms of how do we secure the company content when we use AI. Okay, so that's the reason why we're focusing on Gemini, because this is what is in your workspace. It works the same way by this. There's no difference between what you're seeing in ChatGPT and what you're seeing here. The difference is basically the output, like you mentioned, which one brings clarity, and depending on how much one has been trained more than the other. But all of them have similar functionality and can give the same result, right? Okay, so
So next for refining the data. This is still the normal output.
Ken, are we all looking at the same thing or we are looking at something different? Looking at the same thing, right? Or something different. Okay, so now we have already gone through the journey of using the normal Gemini AI in terms of the three areas of what AI can do, which is analyze, generate, and refine. Correct? So the part of analysis was to get the content from the internet in terms of what the internet has to do or what's to say with the topic they are looking for. Number two, we ask it to, in terms of make it analyze better, is to rank those results in terms of which one is number one, number two, number three, number four. And then after that, we ask it to refine it by giving us a conclusion or a summary on if, let's say, we were to implement it, how do we do it? And then give recommendations and stuff like that. And so we get a summary in terms of what we need to do and what we can focus on based on that. Okay? Now, let's look at the difference on using the normal one, but now we're adding the canvas. So how you're adding the canvas is basically you click on the canvas icon there, and then you put in the initial same prompt. And then let's see what happens here. Sorry.
Oh.
Somebody help. Okay. Because I'm presenting, so I cannot help anymore. In fact. Okay, so now that we are done with Canva, this is the result that you get. Correct? So after you get this, you come and click the create button. Hello? Are we okay? Okay. So after that, once you create with Canva, you can come back here and then you can decide whether you want this data represented as an infographic or a web page. So let's say we try the infographic. So usually Canva, how we do it is it can be utilized in terms of, it's okay, don't worry, it's the one that's doing the coding, but you will see the final result. Okay, so usually in Canva, what they use it for is basically, let's say, for example, you have a presentation to do, but then in this presentation, you need a sample to show how it works, the interactivity part of the sample. So the Canva can help you to create that. So in terms of the final product, then you can take the code that's been created here, and then you can push this code or embed it in your PowerPoint presentation. And then during that live presentation, you can be able to do the introduction of the real preview of what can really happen on that particular day. Or you can also create pages. If let's say you want to create a blog or something like that for specific contents and stuff like that. So you can easily just come in and create a blog that can be embedded into the system or embedded into the final output where you want to create. Okay, so in terms of Canva, basically is a place whereby you can come and create infographic web pages that gives you a different output that you can quickly just finally embed it somewhere else. Okay, now this one we've done it one time is because we refined it. Meaning when we were doing and preparing for this presentation, we refine until we get to the point we see what we want, stuff like that. So you're also, you can be able to do the same and be able to utilize this and stuff like that. Correct? Okay. So we understand how to use it with Canva. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, then let's move to the last one, which is using Gemini with deep research.
And then click start research.
Okay, so With the Gemini visualization with deep research, it's basically the difference between using Canva, the same content that you're researching, and using your deep research is basically when you do deep research, it's like you doing your final year paper, whereby every content that you come up with, you need a citation of where this uh, general content was found and the sources where you found this information. So basically, in terms of this, you can see every context of where the information is given. You can see all the research websites that Gemini has gone through to give you the final output in terms of what you're researching for. So in terms of Gemini, when we're looking at Gemini, we are talking about what type of output you would like. So if you're researching about something that you need to come up with a proposal and stuff like that, you can start with deep research. After you finalize your deep research, then you can bring it back to Gemini and say, use this deep research to help me generate content for my 2026 year trends, topics, and titles of specific areas that you need it to do, and stuff like that. Right? And right? Are we all good? Okay. So that's the different ways on how you use Gemini in terms of the general way with Canva and with deep research. All right. I will let it sink in. I know you're just, getting used to it because you're ChatGPT users. Very obvious. Okay. Next.
So next we go to Google Docs with Gemini. So what can Gemini do in Google Docs? First, generate image from text, description, content creation and refinement, draft document, emails, improve clarity, rephrase, summarize, and real-time feedback. Seamless information access and summarization. Gemini answer question, give citation, can access Google Drive with permission to reference, fetch data, and give more context. And lastly, creative image generation. So there's an example that you can use to put it for Google Docs with Gemini. Go to Google Docs. Then
Okay. Just hold on first. Guys, focus here. Now, when we talk about Gemini, it comes already integrated into your application. However, this is only visible within the account that we just shared with you, which is the neuron.a. So when you go to Google Docs, you will already see that it already comes with Gemini integrated in, and also you can utilize all this to do anything that you want and quickly drop whatever you need. Okay, so if you don't know what it does, you can just come here and then click what can Gemini do in Google Docs, and then it will tell you what it can do. And then you can try it out. Okay. However, today let's use the examples that we have, and then let's see what it will do. Okay, so this is the information that has already been generated. And in terms of what we asked for was an infographic type of script that produces all the information that we need. So if you're looking in terms of generating project proposal, a write-up and stuff like that, so you can use directly via Google Docs, and then it will generate the information for you. Can you scroll down? So you can just give it a try in terms of you trying it out, right? I think my staff is doing posting for you some little chat within the chat group so you can be able to try it out. Next. Wait, question.
Everyone can see or just
Okay, within Neuren group, okay, because you're sharing one account that has been subscribed to Gemini, which is the Neuren.ai. So it means that whenever you generate this, I think the instruction is you save it in your own folder. So currently, like right now, for example, I already finished doing this, right? Then I want to save it. Okay, so when you save it, you can save it it actually automatically saves within the Google Drive. Then in that Google Drive, you're supposed to have your own specific folder where you dump anything that you generate with your AI using Gemini. Because it's a company-wide thing shared in terms of all this stuff. So in terms of whether other people within the organization with the different only can be able to see what you've generated, yeah, they can be able to see. But it's a safe environment. We hope that nobody here has a bad attitude. We are all good. We are brothers and sisters. We care for one another. And we protect each other, right?
Like Google Sheet with Gemini, what can Gemini do in Google Sheet? First, create tables and complex formula for your plain language description. Analyze your data to find trends, relationship, and insight. Generate charts and graph to visualize your data. Summarize information for your Google Drive, files, and Gmail emails. And finally, helps you perform action like conditional formatting, creating pivot table, adding drop downs, and sorting or filtering data. So based on the example, okay, basic to Google Sheet with Gemini. Hmm?
Okay, so for Google Sheet, we are talking about people in finance. Okay, but not only in finance, it affects everyone here. So if let's say, for example, I have researched about all the trends, but then I need to tabulate all these trends within a table format and then put it in terms of month, year, date, stuff like that. That's when the push it comes in. So you can have the same generated data within the Word document, and then you need this data to be like represented in a table format. That is where you bring in the Google Sheet and then you try to translate that in same information within the Google Sheet. And yeah, so it can be used for not mathematicians, but Mr. Shamil knows already how to use it. Now, any pro.
Sure, we're not. Because it's not all the content. So next is Google Slide with Gemini. What can Gemini do in Google Slide? Generate image based on slide content or specific prompts, create new slide, summarize your presentation, write or rewrite the content for your slides, reference your Google Drive files or Gmail email when writing or creating new slides. So based on the prompt, basic to Google Slide.
Okay, so unfortunately for Google Slide, Gemini is a little bit limited, meaning it can only generate one slide for now.
One slide at a time.
One slide. Not at a time.
Then
So it means if you need to create 5 slides, it means you need to generate different
Five
files for it to generate create 5 slides. And then you compile it into one presentation. So that's the limitation of it's not only for Gemini, but I think also pilots in Microsoft 365 have the same issue. They are still not able to generate presentation slides like in a slow way. In Microsoft 365, it can actually does the slide cycling for you, meaning it can just tell you it's like number one, this is the topic, this, and then you yourself can go through Microsoft PowerPoint and then ask you to also design the slides. Then Microsoft will automatically design the slides depending on the different slides that you have. Stuff like that. So these are one of the limitations, or some of the limitations that you find with the Gemini AI that we have currently right now. Okay, good. Let's go back to Gemini first. I want to try something nice for the designer's purposes only. Right? Remember what we did before? We wanted a picture of a mother holding the hands of the baby, walking in a remote village, smiling. Something like that. Wow. People aesthetically, right? Yeah. We showed this yesterday with Copilot. So meaning currently right now, what you see is in the past 6 months, a common AI wouldn't do image generation. You had to go to another AI to get the image generated, correct? But currently right now, the common Copilot, the common Gemini, the common ChatGPT can now generate. You don't have to go to a specialized image for it to generate it. Correct? Like the poster we sent for you for this invite was AI generated. Yeah. So there's quite a bit of things that still can be done. Yeah. Usually, in terms of speed of your AI generation, it depends on the computing power and your internet. Okay, so it's the computing power and your internet. Okay, so if your laptop is in the olden age, please don't force it. Just give it time. Huh? Okay.
This is another. Can you go up? iPhone C layer.
Which one?
This is another image.
Oh no! Before this is putting with Canva. With Canva cannot. With Canva, remember output. When you put Canva, it means HTML interactive type of output that you're looking for. Okay. So if you're looking to create a web page that has interactivity, for example, I have an event. I want to create a registration form where people will come in, register and stuff like that. Or I have an event. I want advertisement. I want to create a poster advertisement, but it wants to be posted on the website or somewhere else that is considered on the web. Then Canva is good for you to design, right? But if you want just a poster, a picture that I just want to generate and then download, then you use normal without Canva. And then you refine it. So for example, if my picture comes out like this, and then I'm like, it's so Western, right? I want it more localized, Asian, right? Then I can refine it. And you can play around it until you get the correct image and texture that you're looking for. Stuff like that. Right? Good. Are we good up to here?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to what else Google introduced with AI.
Next, yes, Google Meet with Gemini. So basically, just a personal minute meeting during a Google Meet session, same as Teams. We're not going to show it today. The next is Google Drive.
Go back there first. Let me check. Okay, so for those who use Google Meet, right? And most of the time, sometimes olden days, I think last year, 3, 4, 5 years, somebody used to be told in the minutes you write the minutes meeting, right? But now with all the meetings, the online meetings that we have nowadays, like including this meeting, we don't need a secretary, right? All the conversation that we are having right now is being AI transcribed in the meeting live. And then after this, we will have a video generated, and all the communication in this event will be transcribed, and then it can be automatically generated for access for everybody who is being in the meeting, stuff like that. So that's what it means by when you go to Google Meet, now you have Gemini as your personal secretary to do the note taking. And
Google Drive with Gemini. So what can Gemini do in Google Drive? Summarize document, create new file or folder, and generate content inside. Search information for any document saved in the drive and give information based on the question or inquiry. And finally, analyze documents and generate insight reports. So let's try.
okay, so Google Drive, Gemini. Some of you have been working here for more than 3 years, right? You probably don't remember where you put a file, correct? In Google Drive. So Gemini is part of in Google Drive. It's like your assistant to help you to find what is where a file is, the listing of all the folders within your file. And this is the reason why we are also insisting when you do your work, save it where? Not in your computer. Don't put it in your computer and then wonder why the AI cannot find your file. And then, okay, this is the reason why we started with the workspace. Work within the workspace, then AI is easier to help you and assist you as your partner. Okay, so in here in Google Drive, what Gemini does and helps you is, for example, I have a file, I don't know where it is, then I need to know all the folders within my file. I can search and it can list it out the names. Then later I find this file. Okay, I find a file that let's say Jeannie sent to me, and this file is 15 pages. I don't have time to read the 15 pages, so I can just tell Gemini, can you summarize all the key points within this document for me in the Google Drive? And then Gemini will be able to summarize for you what is in that document, and then you can have all the highlights for what is in that document. Then you don't have to really go in often and then search for the content that you. Okay, so that's the benefit of having Gemini within your Google Drive and stuff like that. In future, it will be your assistant to help you rearrange your whole file and rename all the files according to the demographic of terms of files and stuff like that, but we are not there yet. So currently, right now, first of all, as an organization, we need to work closer together and help yourself. Now it is more important than ever for you to know how your filing is. Do your filing properly. Name your files properly so that you don't have dementia. Next time when you're looking for a file, you can't remember the name you gave. Okay?
Lastly, we go to the new Google Vid AI generator. So it can generate a full first draft of a video, outline, script, voiceover, stock media from just a text prompt. Next, create short custom video from a text description using advanced AI. Add a customized text, shapes, and GIF. And finally, easy to share videos as editable vid file or export as MP4s to drive or device. So this is the example of the video. You can go to bits, create a blank video, generate.
Okay, calm down, boys. Calm down, boys. Okay, now this is a new application that was installed in Google, which is called the Google Feed. So Google Feed is more targeting on your short videos, AI generated short videos. Okay, it helps you in terms of like what type of videos that you want to generate, but short videos only. It cannot do long term videos. I think it's less than a minute or even less than 30 seconds, something like that. Okay, so takes quite a bit of time. Yeah, but then we can go to the slides as we wait for this, and then we show you the video. So this video that we have here was AI generated. Yeah, this video that you have on the screen, AI generated from that. And then it also comes with automatic, if you want to put in ad libs in terms of all the scripting for the video, then it comes with the scripting part where you can script it, stuff like that. Actually, you can make the video longer, but then you have to generate video small by small as you go along with it. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what you have. And then because we are not designers, we are only technical people, we can only tell you what it does. And then if you want to experiment how better you can do than your video editor, then can, right? Okay. Good.
That's it.
Yay, Q&A. Yay. So in short, what we're saying is this. The question is that when we started, will AI replace my job? The answer is not now. Okay, not now. But currently, what AI is in the office and the workspace right now is empower you, not only to empower you, but it's also to help you to be more effective. So what they say is the last time for you to do a creative design, you needed like half a day. But with AI, you need like less than 1 hour. Okay, less than 1 hour. Yesterday there was a China editing AI application that was launched. That say you want to release videos, you can only release 1, 2, 3 videos in a day. They have come up with an AI that actually